Well, I'm live. Oh, crime stoppers. Oh dear, so much going on. How's that? I made that video about Safe Moon and Theta and stuff, and Safe Moon took off like the next day, or like not even the next day, like within a few hours of me posting that. Safe Moon goes to the moon. Well, it didn't go to the moon, but it definitely had a. If you go take a look at the chart and see, I got to get some software here together soon, where I can go back to being able to screencast and make videos with stuff on the screen, but I don't have that software installed at the moment because anyway, I had a computer crash, still have not completely recovered from that computer crash, and it's a pain because I got to swap between this terabyte hard drive. The next computer I'm going to get is going to cost half as much as this one costs. This is where you should have a clue as to maybe your automobile technology is a little failing or a little lacking. Wherein I'm going to get 8 terabytes, where this one came the most it could come with. I think what the upgrade was 500 gigs, maybe 1 terabyte, maybe. But I know I used to have 1 terabyte, or excuse me, 500 gigs. And when it crashed, the guy put a 250 gig hard drive in because he thought that 500 gig one was too high, and because he wouldn't want your computer to function the way it used to. Anyway, long story short is I will be in the position of being able to make videos with charts in them and so forth, and being able to switch back and forth like this shortly, but not at the moment. So first things first, this was excellent. Since the last you've seen me on Wednesday, I've probably done I don't know, at least 18 hours on this one set of videos, and I love it when my notes start to come together. So Robert Fox. Oh, let's do it. Let's put it right in there right now. This is 10 hours that he did, this weekend seminar thing that he did. And I made a playlist. So I'm going to give you my playlist of these 6. And I'm pretty sure there's others. Actually, I made a couple of playlists, and I should go around and I'll put the playlists in later. Because the other one is, like I said, I cannot thank enough the person that turned me on to Alphonse, and I made a couple playlists for his channel also, which is, what is that? That's okay. I don't have it here handy, but I will in a minute get it to you, or after this thing is over. And also, I'm going to be doing a photo reading. The 3rd day of the photo reading seminar that we did is supposed to be retaken today, so I'm going to be doing that. Again, can't say enough about. He said, as he couldn't find his photo reading books. I don't know what to do with them. I put them up there, or are they over there? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what to do with them. But anyway, photo reading, absolutely, positively worth your time. Okay, let's get into it. One fast one. Oops, there's only one person watching. That's all right. People will come back and watch it. Big words to understand and concept. Property, once again, you're not the judge's property. Agency. See, in this video, or this set of videos over here, hey. Yeah, there you go. In your class, turn your pages, open your textbooks too. All right, so agency, property. Okay, and see, the nice thing about that video is it talks about some things to say when the judge tells you, I'm going to enter a plea for you since you're giving us a hard time. Well, first off, am I your property? All right, can you administer my estate without my consent? Do you have power of attorney? Do we have any contract for legal advice or any of that kind of stuff? You have no ability or agency. You have no ability to sign or enter anything on my behalf without my consent. But since you already entered it into the record, it should be noted that the judge has entered a plea of not guilty, which means that his judicial, his judgment is that I'm not guilty. Let the record reflect. Anyway, it talks about that. And so you have to be able to be confident and cool and know your shit when you walk into a court of law. And first thing, don't walk into a fucking court of law in the first place. Use your paperwork instead. And if you have your paperwork in place, your remedy ahead of time, they ain't going to call you in a court of law. And see, here's what's happening. Boom, the knowledge is spreading. Let me go find that one, fast one, if I can. Let's see here. I think I had it up because I had all these up for you guys. But of course I didn't. All right, so wait, hold on a second here. Let me go over to this, and I'm just gonna, like I said, you all you need when you get right down to it is one video, and then just watch his whole freaking channel, like every video there. And it's great because he does interviews, and he basically says the same thing in a different way multiple times, which helps you to understand what he's getting at, as it were. All right, so there you go.
If you're an accredited in that.
Oh, stop it. Our buddy. Okay, and now come back over here and put it over here. Okay, so, and the point is, you guys no longer have any excuse. These guys are having success. Oh, do I have that up? Not only that, if you go over there to his website and just register, very simply, you get all the templates. You can get all these documents. So, oops, speaking of that, for some reason, my word processor just opened up and I need to recover some documents. So give me a second and then I'll shut it down. All right. Sorry about that. What the heck? All right. Everybody close. Just close. It's just. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. That's why it did that. Okay. Oh, look, I'm doing maintenance while I'm live. Save it. God. And I don't care about that. But we'll just save it anyway. All right. And one more. God. All right. Should I read this? Oh, this is where we're talking about estoppel and civil actions. I think I'll skip this for another day. Save it. God. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, can I go back and freaking put this in here? All right. So there is. Are you kidding me? All right. And I got everything closed. It needs to be closed so I don't crash in the middle of this. I think I do. Let's force quit open office. All right. I thought I was ready. Apparently, I know I was ready. And I'm sweating because it's a hot day and I got a shirt on. Okay. And by the way, see this shirt? I don't know what happened to it. But for some reason, it's about to get thrown away because it got faded. And I don't know how it happened. Anyhow, cheap materials. All right. So there's that. Oh, the one thing I was looking for and I got distracted, and I'll put it in there over time is, nope, not that. Although I should give you that again. This is disturbing right here. Go refresh it too. Like this is disturbing. And that's this. And again, oh, this is the vaccine. Oops, I did it again. But see, I don't seem to be getting deleted. So I'm going to try and keep my stuff. But anyway, this is the direct link to the CDC. Okay. Or well, the direct link to somebody that made a, what do you call? What's the word I want? A spreadsheet with all the data in it. Yep, there you go. There is absolutely hope because people are waking up. Like I said, we're armoring up and fighting back because they went too far and people started waking up. All right, so, oh, here's another one. Duty. Where do you have duty or obligation? Let's take IRS, for example. Letter, and I'm just going to spout some stuff and you listen to it and see if this is something you want to use or not. Like I said, figure out your own verbiage, figure out what to write in what order. Well, one of the things is I can find no facts or evidence that IRS agents are federal agents. I can find no facts or if you have such evidence, right, that you are in that you are actual federal agents at the IRS. Oh, there you go. Start off with, and see, in my personal case, I have asked numerous times for facts or evidence or any kind of evidence that shows that they have a creation statute. So absent your creation statute by Congress, I find no facts or evidence that your agents have agency over me and can declare themselves federal agents of the service corporation called United States. If you have facts or evidence to the contrary, please provide them. I can find no facts or evidence that I have duty to perform, or that we have contract, and that any contract that you have is either unilateral and therefore not a valid contract. Any other documents, such as IRS 1040 forms that you were tricked into filing, were filed under duress. It was fraud. It was a fraudulent conveyance of language that made me think that I needed to file such forms. Again, you have to put this in fewer words and more concisely, using one of these things on a legal piece of paper. But because it was fraudulent conveyance of language, basic sophism that made me think that I had to sign these contracts, and whatever it is, W-8, whatever forms, 1040, they were under duress because a lot of the times it was a condition of employment, or it was a condition to, pursue life, liberty, and happiness, because I needed a job. And in order to get the job, they told me that I had to fill certain forms out, even though I was not the person required. Secondly, speaking of person required, let's talk about Title 26. Title 26 is not positive law. If Title 26 is not positive law, then it applies, and you can look that up. It only applies to a certain class of people of which I do not believe I am part. If you think I'm a part of the certain class of people of which Title 26 applies to, please provide facts or evidence. So see, there you need to know that I am. There you need to know the difference between positive law and non-positive law. Okay, Title 28 is positive law. Here's how you're going to get your, whoever it is in your state, if you're in one of the blue states, it is 28 USC 2072B. Why don't you go look that up while we're speaking? That's 28 USC 2072B. What does it say about the rules? Can the rules supersede? Can they affect your substantive rights? And if you know what that is, wouldn't you say that the First Amendment would be reflecting your your absolute right to freedom of assembly, to freedom of practice in your religion, of everything that's in the First Amendment? Okay, those are, and see, go look and understand what each one of those words means, so you can reserve and declare your rights. Now, again, look at the preamble of the Constitution. Do declare and ordain. Your rights have already been declared. Okay, and you want to split hairs. Okay, you are not one of we the people, but you are definitely one of the people and the posterity that those preambles and clauses refer to. Okay, that would be you. Let's see here, or that would be me. And you can claim that. Okay, you can also claim to be, the landlord over this piece of property. And then take a look and put the word rights into various dictionaries and various, even the Bible. And like I put unrighteous into the Bible. I'll read you some of that in a minute. I'm also going to read you Psalms 91 and maybe James 5:12. But it's Saturday. Like I said, all of your everything comes from this. The law is based on this. So you might want to read this. Okay, let's see here. What else do I have on here? Oh, and again, I can find no evidence for, or I can find no facts or evidence, right? And then again, if you guys play chess, understand the concept that you should head them off at the pass. You should think what they're going to do based on the fact that you have hundreds now of maybe even thousands of people that have gone before you and have seen that, yeah, when I walked in the court, sure enough, they asked me to pronounce my last name when I wouldn't give it to them. Really, you can't pronounce my last name because it's such a complicated, it's like the third most popular first name in the United States, or excuse me, last name in the United States. But see, that's how they try to get joinder with you. So everything has, so what you do is head them off at the pass. You expect that they're going to do certain things. But understand that this is a voluntary system. You are considered to volunteer. Okay, and what do we know about equity? Equity does not aid a volunteer. Oh, I got to give you, I'll find that PDF and I'll put that PDF in there. I have a serious issue with the cover of the PDF where they have Justice being blind. How the fuck Justice going to be blind? Wearing a shroud, offering judgment. Again, they don't understand the signs and symbols, and they try to turn her into this like warrior babe with a freaking shroud on and sword and right. Okay, so they don't understand the symbols. And it talks a lot about Canada. So our Canadian friends, you may want to enjoy that PDF. I'll find it for you and put it over here. I got to open here someplace, and I put it 100 places. Let's see here. Oh, perfidy. You perfidious fuck. Perfidy. Find out what that word's, right? These oath violators are perfidious. And you should notice these guys. Notice them. That they are going to be held liable. All right, so here's some cases that you might want to look up. Oh, yeah, here's this. When they tell you that you're not licensed to practice law. Excuse me, practice of law cannot be licensed by any state or state. And it even says that in the ruling. It has state and state capitalized and not capitalized. Let's see here. So... I believe it's Schwartz v. Board of Examiners, 353 U.S. 238 239, and then Sims v. Ahrams, 271 SW, says that the law is an occupation of common right, and there is no license required, and no state can require a license for the practice of the common law. And if you go look at our Constitution, what is it, 567, it mentions common law in there, because this is a common law nation, and they've tried to turn it into this whole maritime admiralty. They brought the admiralty law onto the land and so forth. Okay, so and then you got to know about notice of appearance. Understand now what Alphonse is talking about here, and like I said, I'll put a link to his site, but I already put the link there that has or did I? Hold on a second. Now you guys can be typing over there. At least try to stay on track. The problem with this right here, yes, I did. All right. The problem with this right here is they've got so damn many commercials in it. You can't just like set it and go unless you want to listen to 100 freaking million commercials. So you got to sit there in front of it and skip the commercials. Although, if you want Alphonse to get paid, you may just turn it down and put the computer someplace else and let the thing run and let all the commercials go, and then he'll get paid. Maybe, I don't know. They may have demonetized his site, and then they just put lots of commercials in there because they think you'll get frustrated and not watch. But the Art of War, the Name Game, what else do I have on this? Staying out of their courts, 1 and 2. Let's see here. That's worth watching. I mean, every one of his videos is worth watching. So go do that. And like I said, he goes beyond, and go find his website. I'll put it here later. And all the documents are there. And again, I would make some major adjustments. I would not just cut and paste. And I have some issues with his documents, but they're great. And he's getting success. So, don't fix what's not broke. But if you have more knowledge, you could actually improve on his documents. Just like the Stop the Pirates guy. I improved on some of his documents, actually sent them back to him, and used some of his documents that I had improved, and to great success. Because the lawyers, they don't know what to... And here's the thing, and this is what Alphonse talks about, this is what Robert Fox talks about, is once the monkeys start showing them that they're not monkeys, overall, they think that you don't know jack, and they assume that they have authority over you, and they treat you like their property, and that you have ceded and you don't understand contracts and so forth. And that's mostly true. Most of you don't even know your fucking name. So if you don't know your name, you don't understand contract law, they're going to extract wealth from you, period. And you're going to sit there talking about how you're free. And see, again, get this stuff handled and you won't have problems on the side of the road in the middle of the night, in the rain, with an armed man with an IQ cap. That would be a bad idea to argue with that guy. All right, understand 5 when it comes to the elements of an affidavit. There are 5 elements to an affidavit. You should know that. When it comes to a witness, same thing. The 5 elements are basically the same. Personal knowledge. Does the attorney have personal knowledge? Can the attorney witness? Has the attorney been sworn in? But again, stay the fuck out of their courts. It must be the age of majority, must be mentally competent, must swear under penalty of perjury, and should probably sign under 28 USC 1746. 1. Then understand assumption. And there is a crap ton on assumption. Assumption, you are non-assumption. Assumption assumes that you are agreeing and have a duty to perform. So understand that term assumption. You are non-assumption. I have a judge that tried to tell me that I was assumption, even though I had just told her that that I was non-assumption, and she assumed that I didn't know what the fucking word meant. So maybe you want to sit there and figure out what the word assumption means and non-assumption, and where that applies. But you have no duty to perform absent contract, and you cannot provide a contract. And every contract that you can't be verified because I was a minor when the initial nexus of the birth certificate was created. Therefore, it had to be a voidable contract. You've heard me say this numerous times. Further, none of those signatures are verified because signature also brings with it the concept of intent. And you could not have signed, and you would not have signed your rights away. You would not have made them able to administer your estate. Further, if they want to set up a trust for you, fine, but they can't make you the fucking trustee. They can't make you the obligee. If they want to set up trusts, you can be the beneficiary of those trusts. You can be the genesis of those trusts, but you certainly can't be the fucking trustee. How hard is this to understand? Okay, so they presume that you are the trustee and that you are responsible and that you are the responsible party. Okay, you got to let them know you ain't the responsible party. Plus, those contracts are fucking fraudulent. Further, if you go and read this book, down there, you can tell I've been reading it, you would find that most of the stuff that they put in their documents is bullshit. And so you can send them back a document, an affidavit of defects. And I went over my ticket and showed you everything on that ticket that was bullshit. What's the ticket designed to do? Try to make you a defendant. That's a word of art. That's an artifice. Right? You are not plaintiff. You are not defendant. You are not fucking pro se. You are not any of these things. You are a man. You don't have a name, right? I am. Not I am the name. That ID. That's not me. That's an ID. That's a picture of me. That has some details on me, but this isn't me. You hand him a patent. That's not me, but that document should reflect the fact that I'm a living man. And it is also, you might want to put a note in there that I know how to sue bonds, and I understand. Oh wait, it's such a long sentence, so I wrote it down. Let me see. Do I have this here? Let's see if I can do it off the top of my head without referring to my notes. They are a for-profit municipal limited liability service corporation with which you have no contract. If they have a contract, please provide it. And any signature on that contract, I'll let you know in advance, is probably void because I gave it without full disclosure and thinking that one thing was happening when actually another thing was happening. So we have fraud. We have fraudulent concealment. We have non-disclosure. We have everything that voids a contract. Oh, and that was the other thing. Find out about the 5 elements of a contract. Does any of the paperwork that you have meet the 5 elements of contract? You wouldn't know if you don't know what a contract is. Your sum total of knowledge is contract law for dummies. Even then, you're going to be ahead of most of your dummy friends. Okay, they killing us. It's time to push back. So how are you going to push back? Grievances, bar grievances, and judicial grievances. In my state, we do not call them judicial grievances or bar grievances. We call them complaints. So you're going to be a complainer, depending on the state that you're in. In Hawaii, we're complainers. In other states, you have grievances. In the same thing. Certain private corporations, you file grievances. Other corporations, they're called complaints. Well, in that corporation under the United States, the all caps name, state of Hawaii, state county of wherever you are, county of Maui, it's a complaint here. So one complaint probably knock off a first-year lawyer. And all that schooling and everything will make it so that he can't get insurance. So we have discovered the Achilles heel. The Achilles heel is insurance. They can't operate without insurance. They're limited liability corporations that contracted with the United States of America to do legal business. They are not Article 1. They are Article 3. And if you don't know the difference, you should probably figure that out. But they are not de jure. But they masquerade in the de jure. Ooh, right there. There's a complaint. And if you can't figure out how to complain and what to complain about, and the fact that these judges and prosecutors are violating the law constantly, and so are your police officers. When they stop you and they put the lights on, felony, felony, felony. Approach you with a gun, assault, felony, felony, felony. Offer you contracts under duress and then tell you that you got to sign the thing. And again, if the cop's being a jackass and saying, you got to sign this, right, understand how to endorse the thing. If you won't accept no contract and UCC without prejudice 1308, fine, right? How would you like me to sign this? Ask him directly, and hopefully you can get that on tape. So really, the cop is going to tell you how to sign the document. Ooh, what do you think? You think you're going to be able to get them later? See, that's the thing. Don't fight. Pick your battles. You're at a disadvantage on the side of the road. But they're at a disadvantage when you get in front of your computer and you are attached to all fucking knowledge here. And now they're a huge group. Alphonse has a forum where there's, last I heard, 3,500 people in there. He was expecting 15 or 20. Then it turned into 1,500. Now it's a couple of 2,000, 3,000. The number will grow. How do you get these guys? If all 9 of you threw grievances at one judge, he no more judge. If all 9 of you would throw grievances at, well, but we can't because you're from all over the world. So you're going to have to get a few friends and educate them and bring them up to speed rapidly. And then your grievance has to be correct, right? So it has to have the proper elements in there. Although I can find no facts or evidence that the APA or the Code of Civil Procedure applies to the living man. At the same time, you want to make your documents in a form that they can understand so that they're not incomprehensible to them. So you need to use their language and understand that our language and their language are 2 different languages, and anything we say will be twisted and used against us in a court of law. So you better understand that 5th Amendment, wherein you inform them that anything you know that anything you say will be used against you in a court of law, and so you choose to stand silent. Now, some of you guys, I'm not the type, but some of you guys can stand on religious freedom. Some of you guys can stand on, mostly what you want to stand on is the fact that you're a living man and that your contracts, that you don't have contract. And again, do this ahead of time. Put your remedies in place ahead of time, not after the fact. Armor up first, then start swinging your sword around. Okay, let's see here. Verified affidavits of claim, but understand it's a voluntary system, and you need to figure out how to volunteer out of the system. Also, I can find no facts or evidence that makes me liable. Oh, here's another one for the going back to the IRS. I am not aware of any statute that makes me liable for any tax. I find that. Oh, please find facts or evidence or show me that. The IRS has any power to fine or incarcerate the living man, absent contract. Let's see here. I'm not aware of any statute that makes me liable for any tax or places a duty to perform on me or requires me to fill out any form. Show it to me. Show me where I have a duty to perform. How did this nexus happen? Where do you say that I have that I am required to engage in certain conduct, absent contract, right? Where is the obligation? Where is the contract? Where is the obligation? Where is the document? Where is what facts or evidence upon are you relying upon that says that I have a duty to perform? Let's see here. Oh, 5 affidavit points. Yeah, I went over 5, 5, 5. Oh, okay. So then there's the other one. When you walk in the court, you tell them that you are the living man and beneficiary of the constitutions, which they have sworn an oath to uphold and protect. I'll read that later. Let's see here, because we're going to go get in the Bible here in a second. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. 3 complaints. So what you're aiming for: 3 complaints for a legislator, 3 complaints for your judge or mayor, governor. Where their Achilles heel is their insurance, because they're limited liability corporations. They have to have insurance, and insurance companies. And see, here's the thing: what Robert Fox and Alphonse talks about is they're going to send you back a letter that tells you that it's all frivolous and you're full of shit and blah blah blah. And you're going to let them know that whether or not they think it's frivolous, they should let their insurance company know. See, there's notice. That you have filed this grievance or complaint. And then you should let the insurance company know that you filed the grievance or complaint. And then they can bluster and bluff all they want, but they know that if they get another one, actually that first one, their rates may go up. And you may let the insurance company know, or risk management know, that you, right now, you're just giving notices and filing grievances, but you intend to make claims based on these grievances. And you're going to use affidavit technique, wherein they have to rebut your affidavit, which they can't, because you're going to put things in that affidavit that they can't rebut. Statement of facts, no opinion. You're not venting your emotions, right? You're going to keep it short and sweet, shortest fucking sentences you can come up with, Barney Rubble sentences. I'm man, right? Okay. Not I am a man. I'm man. I am the man who is, right? Okay. And we'll get to that here shortly when it comes to, again, I wouldn't do what Alphonse did, which is put all his paperwork up there for you to cut and paste. That's just I can tell because there's so many dumbasses out there that they're going to cut and paste shit into the documents. They don't know what it means. They can't defend it, and they're going to get slaughtered, and they're going to make it harder for other people. Let's see here. There's more. I can find no facts or evidence, right? And so make some basic statements. And then, like I said, if you're going to put stuff in the law, like, did anybody go over there? Right? You type bullshit over here, but did anybody go over there and look at 28 USC 28 USC? This is why I write them down until I got it. 2072B. Can the rules or orders supersede the Constitution? Do you understand what a substantive right is? So, like I said, go over and look at that while I'm doing this. 28, open another tab. 28 USC 2072. Damn, that right there. No governor should be writing rules. And if they're trying to use probable cause, no, none of those rules. And if you understand the hierarchy of law, none of those rules and orders supersede the Constitution. The state constitution or the Constitution for United States, and certainly not Constitution for the United States of America, right? Because there's the Constitution of United States, and then there's a Constitution for the United States of America. There is no rule or order that a judge, governor, or mayor can promulgate that supersedes that, or that contradicts that, or overrides that. They do not have the authority or jurisdiction to do so. Further, you need to know about authority and jurisdiction. Do they have personal jurisdiction over you? How did they come to this conclusion that they have personal jurisdiction over you? Where is the obligation or contract? Do they have subject matter jurisdiction over our rights? They do not have subject matter jurisdiction over our rights. And our rights are our property. Oh, I should read that. But basically what it says is that even if it's corporal or incorporeal, it's still your possession and still a right. Anyway, that's a good document, and I gotta go find that. Hold on a second. I have it here. I'm sure I have it up, and I will put it there. It is a PDF, and that's not it. Oh, there's in Hawaii, the various states, places where there it is. Boom. Okay, let me put it there. This a very good document. Now I have enough knowledge where I agree with 95% of this. And then other stuff, I have little tweaks. But see, I've read enough, and by now you should have read enough, where you can see where maybe this guy's gone astray a little bit. But overall, this is a freaking awesome document, which will add to your knowledge and understanding. And it's good for our Canadian friends and family because it has a lot of stuff to do with Canada. All right, so let me put that over there. Oh, what? There you go. Okay. Let's see here. Nope, there it is. Perfect. Boom. That's a good one I found. Download that, add it to your PDFs, etc. That's a very good PDF. And like I said, I agree with most of the stuff in there. You're preaching to the choir over here. Okay. Yeah, tangible, intangible rights. There you go. All right. So we got some people who have done some reading. Excellent. All right. And see, that's all it is. It's reading, listening to videos of people that know, and having the discernment to, once you start listening, to figure out. Now I go back and listen to some Patrick Devine. And in fact, there's been some Patrick Devine videos. And again, before him, like I said, I'm not giving him a hard time. He was throwing darts. He was trying to figure out what's going right, throwing shit on the wall and see what sticks, and fixing what didn't work, and just constant, because his mind was constantly going. There were times though when I was like, "That's not gonna work." I know enough about this that process isn't gonna happen. But I still listen to it, and see, this is the thing: when you can get to the point where you can spot the flaws, now you're going someplace. Right? Because your documentation, everything, the charging instruments are flawed. And the only way you can charge those instruments is with a pen. So if you don't charge them with your signature, and then the other thing you might let them know is that signature lacking thumbprint and seal, not valid. Okay, let's see here. Covered no license required. You do not have to have a license to practice law. And if they try to do that, boom, bar grievance. Same thing in my court. The judge threatened me with fine, imprisonment, and arrest, that they would send guys to my house if I didn't show up. Boom, bar grievance on the fucking record. Yay. Right? I got them to do all the things that they always do. Right? Because they thought I was a monkey walking into their court. And I thought, for what? Because I knew that I could go in there and just file paperwork and not ever show up. Because what? It's a petition for compulsory education. Do you have a greater interest in that child than I do? They apparently claim that they did. Boom. There's another grievance. You don't have a greater interest in my children than I do. You do not have a superior claim. And attempting to claim that you do, I'm complaining. Violation of a right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. You may not manage my estate or administer my estate absent my consent. And where's the contract? You may not masquerade as a de jure court when you're a private corporation. You may not threaten me with imprisonment or arrest. So I can file grievances against the deputy district, or is it assistant attorney general or deputy attorney general, or a fucking title he had, and they gave me all their bar numbers, right? Because in this state, we've had lots of guys come forward. So anyway, they don't come forward without putting their bar number on the thing. Okay, same thing, judicial complaint. You threaten me with arrest if I don't return. You made me sign a document, and I just put a mark on it because I wasn't going to. And then I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I will get them for this. Because if they use this document, and they did, they told me that what I was signing was an agreement to come back into court. What was actually they were doing was using that signature to create bonds. Naughty, naughty. And by the way, take those bonds and put them in the TDA account that I set up. Because I don't need a custodian. Because I'm competent. Let's see here. Oh, you might find out about notices of non-compliance, wherein you notice them that they're not complying with their oaths of office, and they're not complying with their own laws, such as 28 USC 2072 or 28 Oh, and by the way, 28 USC, positive law, again, applies to them. All right. You need to be given, and you need to get the way you need to be given notice and opportunity. You need to give them notice and opportunity. Oh, and I wrote this down. There you go. All right. So, criminal cases, your documents need to be responded to in 10 days. Civil case, 20 days. Summary judgment, 21 days. Common law, 30 days. And then you give them a full season. So you're giving them 30 days because you're going by common law. Which is why you always hear me say 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. You can give them 21 days, but that's if you want summary judgment. That's if you're in civil cases. You want to be in common law. Common law says you got a month to respond. You didn't respond? Okay. And then, like I said, make it so that they can't respond, but make it so that everything in that document, and if you go over to Alphonse's page, you'll see everything in there is going to be solid. You're not going to put any bullshit in there. You're going to keep short, stupidly short sentences, caveman short, Barney Rubble short, that they can't respond to. They will not rebut your affidavit. And if they try to rebut your affidavit with a letter that doesn't rebut your affidavit point by point, you can use that against them too. Okay, time to quit. We're through with being cool, motherfuckers. They're killing us. I mean, what does it fucking take? If you haven't done your research, do your research. And any of you guys that believe in psychic phenomenon or know how to use one of these things or know how to do any kind of divination, ask this question in the divine. Yes or no, 100% of the people that took 2 or more of these, 2 or 3 of these, will be dead within 3 years. Yes or no statement. If you can do divination, if you know how to do any kind of divination, just, am I right or wrong? Trust your own heart. Right? And it talks about the fact that those who've... Am I going to get into that? The secret... Okay. Let's do it. Time to go play in the Bible. And I'm going to read from King James Version. Understand, you want King James Version because King James Version has the code. The other versions write out the code. The words are there. The code is there. King James. All right. You can still get the law and basics, but the code is in the King James Version. Okay. Let's see here. Where's it? Am I going to read these? Do I have them over here? Yes, I do. Oh, so let's start off with this. I put in unrighteous into a search engine at the Bible Gateway, and I get a whole bunch of results for unrighteous. Isaiah 55:7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. So again, for some reason, I'm having a runny nose. I put black seed oil in my nose earlier today. My boy and I have been having allergies. I haven't been having allergies, but my son had been sneezing to the point where terrible allergy. Tells me they might be spraying us with something. Speak of the devil. You are fucking late. All right. It's time for us to, I think I'm going to end this thing because I'm going to start with doing the, fucking late. How is this morning? All right, here is 91. Psalms, 91st Psalm. He that dwelleth in the secret place, all right, fine, we'll do it. Psalms 91, King James Version. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Here is the secret place. Here is the Almighty. It abides in the shadow of the Almighty. That is a interpretation. That is not the interpretation. I am by no means the biblical expert or prophet of God. But that is the interpretation as it was explained to me, that the secret place is the heart. And everybody thinks it's the mind or that it's the pituitary or the pineal gland or whatever. No, that's the Almighty. That's your connection. But the secret place is your heart. See, you got to open your heart and accept the Christ consciousness, because it's a consciousness. It's not a guy. All right. So I will say, whenever I'm reading, by the way, I will say, the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him I will trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. All right, let me read that correctly. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not, again, how many times does it say this? Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall by thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh to thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh to thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all of thy ways. Oops, I added words. To keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because, and there might not be lions or adders or dragons, just saying. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and shew him my salvation. Psalms 91, the word of your God Almighty. All right, let's see here. That is the 91st Psalm. All right, so now let's go over to this. Let's go to, what am I going to do? Let's do James. We'll do 5. 12. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay, lest ye fall into condemnation. Don't walk into their courts swearing anything. Ask them if this is a religious thing, because swearing is a religious thing. So you affirm, and that, yes, you swear to you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and that your testimony is under penalty of perjury, and that you're there appearing specially, not generally, and that you are the beneficiary of the constitutions, etc. You need to be able to know what to say when you walk into that courtroom and not have them knock you off your square. And they're going to try to knock you off your square. So before you do that, you better have pat responses when they say, "Oh, you're practicing law." I can practice law. And then you can point. You can't tell me I can't practice law. There's no state that can that can license law, because it is germane to man. Law. You're supposed to know the law, and they kept you ignorant of the law, and they kept you ignorant of this book, and they tried to make you think. And this is the other thing. This book right here. In households, 350 million. There are quite a few households that have no books, hardly any books at all, because they poor. But if they have one book, what book do they have? Dispute a book that they have. You might want to know what's in it. Like I said, how many people? They claim to be Christians. Never cracked the thing. Never opened the thing. Never read a chapter. Maybe they read the 10 Commandments. All right. I got to quit because we are going to start photo readings. The third day of the seminar starts today. It was supposed to start earlier than this, but homeboy wasn't here. So I decided to make one of these. And there's more, so much more that I need to cover. How long have I been going? This is going to be a short one for me. Not even an hour. Look at that. Nice short video. Okay. But yeah, look up the fact that you are immune. And see, perfect word for what's going on right now. Immune. And then understand the declaration. Then I'll make another video here maybe tomorrow because I really do want to get this done, and I'd rather go do photo reading than fool around here. But yeah, they administer your estate without lawful rights. They pretend that you're within their jurisdiction when actually you're without. Again, go back to 28 USC 1746 and understand that there's two ways to endorse a document. And you want to do it under penalty of perjury, by the way, and you want to remind them that you're non-assumption. So your signing statement is going to be a little bit of a paragraph, right? Where you tell them that you're signing under penalty of perjury, where you're non-assumption, where you're not within, and so on. Let's see here. And again, who claimed property? Or is there anyone here that claims me as their property? Let him come forward. Who claimed any of my property? Who can administer my property without right or consent or contract or obligation? Who can produce obligation or contract upon which they rely to administer my estate or claim me as their property? They're not gonna. Let's see here. But insurance is the Achilles heel of the whole thing. Oh, one more thing. When it comes to trespass, go look up the word trespass. So if Costco is trying to charge you with trespass, is that an open sign? And how am I injuring? There needs to be an injured party. So is Costco being injured by me walking into your establishment and removing via cash and carry receipt as much merchandise as I can afford to remove? How does that right there damage Costco? How is that a trespass? Who is being harmed? Oh, are you trying to enforce rules and orders that supersede the Constitution upon me at your establishment? All right, bring it. That's it. Go out. If you want to make a ruckus, bring it. Let them bring it. And then learn how, with the stuff that I put there, learn how to devastate them. And then that will be your cause of action, and that will be your reason for filing various grievances. And if you can get a bunch of you down there, you can hit them, bam, 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 3 grievances, then it'll work. And then you got to know how to make your claims, and then get over to Kirk's Law Corner, and he shows you how to make actual complaints where you get the U.S. Marshals involved. All right, so between judicial complaints, well, let's just call them grievances because that's the way Alphonse is talking about them. But like I said, in my state, they're called complaints. But judicial grievances, so you can put those grievances on the judiciary, on any attorney. Those will be bar grievances. A lot of the judges also still have bar cards, so you can do a bar grievance against them, as well as a judicial grievance. You can have several different people who are witness and have firsthand knowledge of the facts, put in affidavits and file grievances. And if they get 3 of them, homeboy no gonna work. And they're going to respond with the fact that this is frivolous, and they're going to threaten you with all kind of stuff. And you let them know, yeah, but even so, you should let your insurance company know that you filed a grievance, because if they don't, and see, once you file grievances, even if they don't get rid of the guy, his rates are going to go through the ceiling. He may not be able to afford to work anymore. And if he gets hit with a couple more grievances, or if they actually pay a claim, and they may deny your claim. But if you have your ducks in a row, they won't be able to deny the fact that you had your fundamental rights that they had sworn an oath to uphold and protect violated. And the insurance company is, okay, you get into an accident, 2 cars get into an accident, both insurance companies are going to figure out how they can pay the least amount to whoever it is. And if you got one guy in the insurance, like I was in an accident, was 100% the other person's fault. I was minding my own. And anyway, the idea being is that it's the other person's fault. This insurance company is going to go after this. And they were fully insured for a change, usually in the state of Hawaii. Like the one insurance that I keep is uninsured other motorists, because the state is famous for the other guy not having any insurance at all. So if the other guy doesn't have insurance, I have paid a premium to an insurance company that if I get into some kind of ruckus or crash or whatever, and the other person doesn't have insurance. That just happened to me recently, actually. Guy rear-ended me, and I'm in a shit car. Anyway, long story short is like, he's like, fuck the police, right? You're not going to call the police. I'm like, yeah, don't even worry about it. But see, in a case like that, when you get rear-ended, and see, I had a slight headache, but it went away, and it was no big deal, and he was a young kid, and just fuck it, right? Why am I going to turn this into a whole big thing? We both went our ways. He offered me some weed, and that was that. Okay, but let's say it had been a worse accident than that, where he actually smashed into my car, and I couldn't drive it away, and my tail lights were smashed, and so forth. All right, if he didn't have insurance, then I had insurance. If he did have insurance, then my insurance company is going to go after that guy so that my insurance company doesn't have to pay. All right, same thing. If there's a case where you're not sure and there's nobody's at fault because it's a no-fault state, both insurance companies are going to pay the least amount of money they can. All right, same thing with these guys. They are cutthroat. They're not going to be like, oh, yeah, we'll pay these claims. Especially if it starts racking up into the millions of dollars because these are constitutional violations of fundamental rights. And see, you're going to start educating yourself well enough that you can complain. You dumb slaves don't even fucking know how to complain. And most of you too chicken shit to do so. I just got off the phone yesterday with some hippies, and they don't want to. They're scared. I get it. Because, yeah, on this island, hooky is a thing. And so they're afraid of the police. But I can tell you that if enough of them would stand up, the tables would turn very rapidly because, again, they're all limited liability, and the insurance companies do not want to pay their claims. So if they're in violation of your rights, they won't pay the claims. So, you're not in it for the money, are you? But now they are still liable, and they don't have an insurance company to back them. So, one, they won't quit. Two, they won't be able to hold the job in the first place because if they can't get insurance, they can't work for the limited liability corporation. Understand? So now the insurance company says, we're not going to pay the claim because they gave you, right? You gave notice. You let them know before you even filed the fucking claim, right? This is where me and a couple of the other guys go apart, right? The fucking devil gives notice, right? So Lucifer himself gives notice. A gentleman always gives notice. A gentlewoman also always gives notice. So you give them notice. Hey, I'm going to file this claim. Right? I'm going to file this grievance or complaint. So here's the first thing you're going to give them is a notice. I won't file this grievance or complaint if you can rebut this affidavit point for point. Then I can. All right, you've had 30 days or 21 days or whatever the fuck it is, right? If it's a criminal complaint, like you're doing Title 18, you give them 10 days. Okay, then you come back and you say, after the notice, you file the actual grievance or complaint. There is a procedure for doing that in every state in this union. I just looked up mine. I can put them over here if you want to. Where to file judicial complaints, where to file bar complaints. We don't call them grievances in the state. Okay, then you file the complaints. It ain't hard. It's a document. Then what? And there's no form. They don't even have a form, so you can freeform it, and you can let them know that you have no facts or evidence that the APA or the Code of Civil Procedures applies to the living man, and that you are making a complaint on behalf of, right? The straw man that they put there, the all caps name, was injured. How are you injured? Because they violated your constitutionally protected rights, or they were acting under color of law, or the perjury, or. Title 18 has a crap ton of violations in it. I'm sure you can tick some boxes. All right, so now they have. Now you let them know I filed these claims. You let risk management know. By the way, I need the name and address and number of the insurance company so I can file claims. Then you file the fucking claims. Be reasonable. All right. There's a lot of guys that say, "Oh no, you're gonna, forgive your trespasses if you forgive." They're fucking killing us. Again, go ask that if you can do any kind of divination. The statement, if they get 1 or 2 or 3 of these things, are 100% of them going to die within 3 years? Do your own fucking divination. Is that a true statement or a false statement? Okay. The only time I ever get a nay is 1, but 2 and 3, they're going to be gone in 3 years. Get ready for that. And stay the fuck away from them because they're shedding all over you. This is, if you go read The health ranger. Fuck's his name? What's his name? The health ranger. Mike, whatever. What's his name? Anyway, he's got a site, and he talks about the mechanism and talks to Dr. Tenpenny and a bunch of other doctors that are saying, yeah, basically the spike protein is so that they don't have to, everybody. You can be infected by just hanging around people that have the spike protein. So what you going to do? You're going to find out about this. You're going to find out about, and you can use this for disinfectant and all kind of stuff. You're going to find out about, actually, this is the better one. Notice it's in a glass bottle. You're going to find out about, look what I got. And they always run out. So I got the smaller size, but you can get the bigger size. Powdered gold in a bottle. If you read your Bible, this is what they talk about burning the gold. When Moses came down and they took all the gold and burned it, and then they made him eat it. This is what they're talking about right here. Okay, this is monoatomic gold. Find out about monoatomic gold. Notice I have it in. All right, that might be helpful. Let's see here. Oh, and then, like I said, learn these processes and get after it. Right? The health ranger. What the hell is his name? Mike Adams. Thanks. There it is. He basically tells you, yeah, the chances of you getting dead are pretty fucking high. And he tells you why, what the mechanism is. Because what they've done is they've reprogrammed your DNA to overreact. Anyway, so the time for forgiveness is past. The time for stopping them from killing your friends and family is now. And the way you're going to do this, and this is what's happened. What's happened is people woke up. We all woke up. We all went, bing. Oh, wait a minute. We have fundamental rights. Oh, wait a minute. My rights came from the Creator. I can't give them away. All right. I'm a celestial being in a body. You don't own this body. I do. Your claims on this body, you do not have a superior claim. But you got to learn how to write that down in language that they understand, not language. I can sit here all day, but you cannot put what I say on paper and put it in, because you got to use their form, their process, their a way that they can understand what you're saying. Because you can be right and it's rain, but if they can't understand you, because you didn't use the right verbiage and you didn't use the right words and you didn't put them in the right order and you didn't understand not to use capital, and the fact, in that PDF that I put there with Lady Liberty on the cover being a warrior and stuff. And again, that's not justice. Justice is a man seated between the pillars, sword up, scales down, green mantle with the jewels, ability to see, because it says in the Maxims that an eyewitness is better than 10 ear witnesses. So eyewitness, right? They got you fooled into thinking that justice is blind. Their justice is blind, and they let you know that you ain't getting justice. You're getting the opposite of justice when you walk into those courts. You're getting the opposite. You're not getting equity. Why aren't you getting equity? Because you're assumed to have volunteered. And you haven't told them different. In fact, like with me, there are numerous documents where I put my signature on it that I am U.S. person, because I was an ignorant little bitch slave that had been fooled in slave school into thinking that this was the case. This is not the case. Can I make myself clearer? So educate yourself, educate others, right? On the fact that we are children of God. We come second in line. First God, and then the creation of God, which is mankind. And mankind is man with a womb. You are not a fucking birthing person. For fuck's sake, you are a womb man. And you should be proud of the fact. We're all men here. Some have wombs, some don't have wombs. This should not be difficult for you to understand, except for the fact that they're trying to fuck with gender. Right? The seventh Hermetic principle, trying to make you understand, trying to make you think that it's all about sex. No, it's about Genesis. It's about generation. Okay. Yeah, I get a little testy. else am I going to do here? Oh, crap. I found that. Oh, I think, okay, I'm going to go over here. Hold on a second. This may cause problems. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Oh, nah, let's not do that. Let's do this. Just read it to you. All right. Because I'm just reading. Uh-oh. I'm in the wrong place. All right, forget that. Oh, because it's on a whole. See, I got to open multiple browsers just to do what I want, because it turns out Brave is bullshit. A lot of times Brave will not run a BitChute video. And meantime, I cut and paste the same URL into Firefox or something else, runs fine. But BitChute doesn't always run on Brave. And then if you put YouTube videos on Brave, as you know, you can't skip the freaking commercials, which is lovely. All right. So, okay, so fine. I'll read these. And I gotta, it's in a browser that I can't increase the size, so of the type. So let's see here. No, not that one. This one. Okay, property. Property means any property of any kind, whether real or personal, right? Corporal or incorporeal. And without, that's in that PDF I put there. And without restriction, or without restricting, I can't read this, the general or the foregoing includes a right of any kind. Anyway, read it. I can't read. I don't know what the hell between this. Let me see. Let me take my glasses off so I can read it with that. All right. Yes, that makes a difference. Property means property of any kind, whether real or personal, corporal or incorporeal, and without restricting the generality of the foregoing, includes a right of any kind, a share or a choice in action, or a choose in action. All right. Learn what property is. I said, learn about agency. Who hired you? Where did you get agency? Where did you think? Where the fuck do you think you get off telling me what I can or can't do? Where did you get authority over me? How do you enforce these rules and orders on me when I have constitutional rights and they may not be superseded? Oh, that was what I was going to look up. Shoot. Now I got to think. Maybe I can find it afterwards. When I watch this, I'll know where to find or what links to put in there. But basically, with regard to it's Title 28 is the Title 28 2072 talks about power to prescribe. Rules shall not abridge, enlarge, or modify. There you go. Again, Title 28. So 28 USC 2072. Just go read it. B. Such rules shall not abridge, enlarge, or modify any substantive right. I believe a substantive right is, well, not believe, I know that is your fundamental rights that are reserved in the Constitution. Again, the Constitution secured your rights. They didn't give you any rights. They didn't give you civil rights. They didn't give you anything. They were securing rights you already were given by your creator, which you cannot give away. Even if you wanted to give them away, you can't give them away. They're not yours to give. They were given to you by God. All right. So just right there, their own rules, which they have an oath to uphold and honor, and they are bound by those. You're not bound by those. I can find no place, no evidence. I can find no fact or evidence wherein the living man is subject to codes and statutes of a private corporation any private corporation with absent contract. See, Costco is going to try and make you think that, oh, your membership is the contract wherein we can tell you whether or not, well, if I have a membership that's paid and I'm not violating anyone else's rights and I'm not harming anyone, there can be no trespass. And in fact, your corporate charter says you want as much of this shit in your warehouse out the door as you can possibly get. So preventing me from taking stuff out of your warehouse when I have a membership in good standing because I'm not following some rule or order that abrogates my fundamental rights, that's going to be on you. Get it? All right, but most people are scared. You guys scared? Okay. Time to stop. We went past an hour already. Okay, folks. Get on it. There is, I mean, we are first, you armor up with the knowledge, right? So armor of God is knowledge. First you armor up and get knowledge that way. And then it's time to go on defense. Or excuse me, time to go on offense. The best defense is a good offense. Is where that came. But now it's time to start filing grievances, start holding their feet to the fire, start getting them to understand that they are liable if they violate your constitutional rights. Your fellow muggles with their masks and this, no. But if just 3% of you get out there and get after it, these guys are over. Simple as that. Okay, talk to you guys soon. I'll be back tomorrow with more stuff. Like I said, I would go further today because I got a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I got all kind of documents and so on that I was going to go over. But you know what? I'd rather do the photo reading with my boy. And then by the time I come back tomorrow, I'll have more stuff watched and more. Again, got a whole thing on notice. You give them notice so that they have no out. They can't say that you railroaded them. You can't say that they can't say that you tried to ambush them. You get your ducks in a row, and you're going to be good. Also, you might tell them if you have any ID with them, driver's license, passport, etc. Note the account that those people that violate my rights will be held liable. And here's what I know. Okay? So you let them know. I know how to tap bonds. I understand that there are limited liability corporations with which I have no contract. And if you say that I have a contract, you need to provide facts or evidence. People that violate my rights at borders or commit felonies and arrest me and so forth, even if they let you go, that's still an arrest. Will be held liable, and I'll tap their bonds. And I will make grievances. And if you've got some grievances that you've made and filed, include them so that they know you're not fucking around. Right? Like I said, time to go on offense. They're killing us. The extermination plan is in effect. So maybe it's time to stand up for yourselves. Okay, crime stoppers. I will talk to you guys soon. E pluribus unum. Again, see, if we e pluribus unum. And that e pluribus unum, 3 is all it takes. 3 gathered together in my name. 3, 3, 3. And see, you can do 3 where it's your signature, your fingerprint, and your seal, raised seal. But also 2 witnesses. Oh, that was another thing I was going to talk about before I ended this thing. 2 witnesses, not just 1 witness, 2 witnesses. Even in Robert's Rule of Procedure, if you make a motion, there has to be somebody to second it. 2 witnesses. If they don't have a witness against you or 2 witnesses against you, and go type in witness to the documents here. All right, fine. I'll do this. Not yet. Look, I was going to quit. I'm going to put this one more time. First off, go read the treatise on arrest and false imprisonment if you haven't already. But secondly, the legal maxims. Go over to the legal maxims and put your the word witness in there, and you'll see that 1 witness, not enough. In fact, it says something like the voice of 1 witness shall not be heard. Right? You need 2 witnesses. You need 2 people if you're going to witness a document without a notary, unless you're going to go with signature, thumbprint, and seal. Okay. I said, I'll be back tomorrow because there's a bunch of stuff here I didn't cover that I wanted to cover. And but like I said, I'd rather do photo reading right now. So we'll talk to you guys soon, and then I will cover some more fun stuff tomorrow. But bottom line, all the things that I put there, all Fonz's playlist and just his channel. Just go click on his channel and go watch videos. Robert Fox, those videos. There's 10 hours. Like I said, I've listened to that 3 times, and I took a crap ton of notes on it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. The more education, the better. Simple as that. Okay. And then, like I said, you can educate yourself. Then you can educate your friends. I'll talk to you guys soon. E pluribus unum, crime stoppers.